Man United scout £94 million duo looking to take down Liverpool with Ratcliffe ready to show costly pair the door. Manchester United are stepping up their summer transfer plans after it was revealed they had deployed a scout to draw up a detailed report on Atalanta pair Giorgio Scalvini and Teun Koopmeiners ahead of a possible summer swoop, but their possible arrival will likely spell the end for a big-name Red Devils duo. The Red Devils are preparing for what looks a busy and potentially transformative summer window as new minority shareholder Sir Jim Ratcliffe looks to make his mark and get Manchester United firing on all cylinders once again and back among the English and European elite. To get their house in order behind the scenes first, the British billionaire wants to assemble some of the game's leading power brokers to help set those wheels in motion. Omar Barada and Jean-Claude Blanc have both taken on senior directors' roles, while Dan Ashworth is set to be brought in as the club's first ever sporting director. And between the four of them, they will leave no stone unturned to try and help restore United to greatness, starting of course with a thorough overhaul of their playing staff. By widespread accounts, United want to make 4 signings this summer, with the team's spine reportedly Ratcliffe's main priority. And to complement a new centre-half, midfielder, and striker, it's reported the Red Devils will also look to bring in a new right-sided attacker too. With that in mind, report earlier this week seemingly cleared the path for £1.60m rated Premier League star to sign for United, with another move for a Portuguese flyer off the table. However, United are finalising their list of potential options, with reports in Italy claiming they have stepped up the chase for 2 of those in the form of Atalanta duo Scalvini and Koopmeiners. Ratcliffe ready to bankroll enormous double Man United swoop. That's according to FC Inter News, who claim to have been informed by sources that United deployed one of their top scouts to take in a recent Atalanta match against Bologna to check on the duo's progress. The pair are both enjoying excellent seasons and proving not only major cogs in Gian Piero Gasparini's side but also 2 players of enormous interest to several big spending clubs. However, it is United whose interest is described as the most serious, with the scout furiously scribbling down notes on the duo and will have noted the pair's influence on the Bergamo-based side. As a result, it's claimed Ratcliffe is giving serious thought to meeting Atalanta's valuation for the pair, with Italy defender Scalvini seen as one of world football's best young centre-halves and rated in the €50 million, £42.8 million bracket. Midfielder Koopmeiners, meanwhile, is rated a chunk higher at €60 million, £51.3 million, with the double deal potentially costing up to €110 million, £94 million. The Dutchman has also come under Liverpool's watchful eye in recent months, with the former AZ Alkmaar man set to serve notice of his talents in his side's upcoming Europa League quarter-final battle against Liverpool. The Reds are pushing to end the Jurgen Klopp reign on a high, but an unsung Koopmeiners arguably poses the biggest threat to that dream of Liverpool progressing through to the semi-finals and ultimately, the Dublin-staged final on Wednesday, May 22 too. The report claims United will continue to monitor both players and will likely have a keen eye on how they perform against Liverpool in that 2-legged last 8 tie. Double exit can help bankroll double Man United swoop. To help fund moves for the pair, it's reported United will show costly pair Rafael Varane and Casemiro the exit door. The duo moved to Old Trafford from Real Madrid, with Varane signing up in a £41 million deal in summer 2021 and Casemiro arriving the following year in a transfer that will ultimately top £70m. Behind the scenes, Ratcliffe is thought to have been critical of both those deals, feeling they are indicative of United's transfer failings in recent years. Earning a whopping £440,000 a week between them, the exits of the pair this summer, while not generating enormous amounts on the transfer front, will likely reap far greater rewards on the money saved on the salaries, which account to an astonishing £22.88 million per year. Ratcliffe and co have plenty to consider on the departures and arrivals front this summer, but it seems the pair will be shown the door as the British billionaire looks to move on the experienced stars and bring in a pair who fit into the new transfer ethos he is keen to install at Old Trafford. Man United transfers, 10 top stars from Euro 2024 being hunted by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is preparing a big summer for Manchester United, and Team Talk have picked out 10 names who have been heavily linked with a switch to Old Trafford and are expected to be in action at Euro 2024. Uncertainty still hangs over Manchester United's managerial situation, with the club yet to decide on whether Erik ten Hag will stay or be sacked, but that hasn't stopped co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his Ineos team from plotting the improvements they will seek to make via the transfer market this summer. With the 20-time champions coming off their worst-ever Premier League season, there are several areas of the Red Devils squad ripe for rejuvenation. Here are 10 reported United targets who will be on show at Euro 2024 this summer. Jeremy Frimpong. After conceding 58 goals in 38 games and giving up more shots than every team in the Premier League other than bottom-placed Sheffield United, it's fair to say that ten Hag's side could use some defensive reinforcement. The Red Devils have been linked with several centre-backs already this summer, while both full-back positions have reportedly been identified for improvement. With a release clause of £34 million, Bayer Leverkusen right wing-back Jeremy Frimpong would be an affordable target, although as Team Talk exclusively reported, they'd face stiff competition for his signature from Real Madrid, Arsenal and Liverpool. And the former Celtic defender, who has been selected by Ronald Koeman for the Netherlands Euro squad, would likely do more to upgrade United's attacking output, having scored 14 goals and provided 12 assists in 47 appearances for Xabi Alonso's side in 2023-24. Benjamin Sesko. United are also said to be in the market for a striker this summer. An up-and-down campaign for Rasmus Højlund, the 21-year-old who was signed from Atalanta last year for £64 million, ultimately ended in a respectable return of 16 goals. But the young Dane could use some support at the point of the Old Trafford attack. As Team Talk exclusively revealed back in April, United are ready to rival Arsenal's interest in RB Leipzig hotshot Benjamin Sesko. The Slovenian striker, who is valued at close to £50 million, scored 14 goals and provided 2 assists in his debut season for the Bundesliga side in 2023-24. And he enters the Euros this summer is fine fettle, having scored in each of his last 7 Bundesliga games. Adrien Rabiot. Despite their need for improvements in multiple departments, United are operating on a tight budget this summer due to a lack of Champions League football and a need to comply with the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. As such, a move for free agent Adrien Rabiot would make a lot of sense. The French midfielder is a long-time United target and, as Team Talk reported recently, the Red Devils have made contact with the player's representatives. Although he is set to be without a club imminently as his Juventus contract expires at the end of the season, the 29-year-old has been called up by Didier Deschamps for France and could star for a talent-packed Les Bleus side. Youssouf Fofana. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is keen to sign Youssouf Fofana for Man United. Another French midfielder on United's radar is Monaco's Youssouf Fofana. Operating in a box-to-box role, the 25-year-old has been a mainstay of the Principality club's midfield since joining from Strasbourg in January 2020, standing out for his energy, ability to dribble through pressure and diligence in pressing to win back the ball. With Casemiro's time at Old Trafford apparently drawing to a close, Fofana has been identified as a potential long-term partner for Koopmeiners. If he can break into Deschamps' star-studded lineup in Germany, his reported £20 million price tag could multiply. Marc Guéhi. Harry Maguire's omission from Gareth Southgate's final 26-man squad for the Euros has seen Marc Guéhi shoot up the pecking order of England's centre-back options, and a similar situation could play out at Old Trafford this summer. As reported by Team Talk, United have identified the Crystal Palace star as a target as they seek a much-needed upgrade at the heart of their backline, with Liverpool and Chelsea also linked with moves for the 23-year-old. Guéhi was one of the stars of Palace's rise under new manager Oliver Glasner over the second half of the 2023-24 Premier League season, and his fine form could be rewarded with a starting role for England. João Neves. Just 19 years old, midfield prodigy João Neves has already accumulated 75 first-team appearances for Benfica and 6 senior international caps for Portugal. The deep-lying playmaker started 26 league games for the Portuguese Giants this past season, impressing with his ability to dictate the tempo of matches through precise passing over all distances and a tenacity in regaining possession. Team Talk exclusively reported back in October last year that United were tracking the hugely gifted teenager and that they face competition to sign him from Saudi Pro League clubs, as well as Premier League rivals Chelsea. His £105 million release clause could prove prohibitive to an Old Trafford switch. Amadou Onana. Another midfielder drawing interest from United, Everton's Amadou Onana could represent a cheaper alternative to Neves, with the Toffees believed to value the Belgian at around £60 million. But as reported by TeamTalk in February, the race for his signature is just as fierce as the battle for the Portuguese youngster, with all of the Premier League's Big Six in the running to sign the 22-year-old former Lille star. Onana has impressed at Goodison Park since joining the club in a £30 million deal 2 years ago, standing out for his energy in driving through the middle third and his combativeness when out of possession. With Belgium's golden generation aging, he is poised to star for Domenico Tedesco's side in Germany. Marc Cucurella. Mired in a mid-season injury crisis, United were linked with a loan move for Chelsea's Marc Cucurella last term before instead agreeing a short-term deal for another Spanish left-back, Tottenham's Sergio Reguilón. But while a deal for Cucurella didn't materialize at that stage, United have maintained an interest in the former Barcelona and Brighton defender. As first revealed by TeamTalk, the 20-time champions are targeting a summer move for the Spain international, with Chelsea unlikely to recoup anything like the £60 million they paid to sign him in 2022. The 25-year-old has been called up for Spain's Euros squad by manager Luis de la Fuente, and he will compete with Bayer Leverkusen's Alex Grimaldo for the starting left-back slot. A string of solid displays in Germany could help rehabilitate his fallen stock. Denzel Dumfries. As doubts grow over Aaron Wan-Bissaka's Old Trafford future, United are lining up Netherlands international Denzel Dumfries as a potential replacement, TeamTalk confirmed. The former PSV defender won a Serie A title with Inter Milan this past season, scoring 4 goals and providing 4 assists. But the 28-year-old fell from favour in the second half of the campaign, losing his starting wing-back role to former United player Matteo Darmian. An international veteran of 52 caps, Dumfries and fellow United target Frimpong are the contenders to start at right-back for Ronald Koeman's side when Euro 2024 kicks off. Sebastian Szymanski. An exclusive TeamTalk report in February revealed that United are preparing to rival Tottenham's interest in Fenerbahce midfielder Sebastian Szymanski. A strong Euro 2024 campaign with Poland could convince the Red Devils to firm up their interest in the 25-year-old. Szymanski only joined the Turkish club, where, if he stays, he will be coached by former United boss Jose Mourinho next season. Last year, signed from Dynamo Moscow for €9.75 million after an impressive loan spell with Feyenoord during which he scored 10 goals in 40 games. And he was in rich scoring form for the Istanbul club in 2023-24, too, netting 10 goals, while also registering 11 assists in 37 Superliga games and a total of 13 strikes in all competitions. Bids upwards of £30 million are likely to receive consideration, according to TeamTalk sources.